task transformations. Okay, inside the data flow task, how to load the data by using some data flow tasks, right? Data flow transformations. So just to go to inside, and I'm going to load the data from one Excel sheet. Okay, and so the Excel connection I'm going to create new connection, browse, go to desktop, MSPI, source. For example, I have dim customer. Okay, dim customer file, or else I can create a new file also. Okay, go to here in MSBI miscellaneous. I'm going to create one new Excel file. EMP Excel. Okay, so that EMP I'm going to open. So in this file I have employee number, employee first name, employee last name, and employee salary. Okay, and employee date of birth also. So employee number is 100, first name Ram, second name Boyapati, salary 1000, date of birth is 1985-01-01. Okay, right. I'm going to publish data. Jam, com, lam, pam, xam, yam. So this is also different names I'm going to give. Okay, so this is my employee information. So this employee information I want to load into some other tables. Okay, so before I'm going to load this data into a table, I have to do some transformations. Okay, right, save it. Okay, so that connection I'm going to change here. So initially I have taken dim customer.xls. So now I'm going to take EMP file. Where is the EMP file? Which folder you have created? In miscellaneous folder, EMP file. Open it. So you have to select this one. First rows has column names, right? So in that file, the first rows is column names. Don't load that data. This is first row. The first row has column names. So that option you have to check here. Okay, click OK. So this is your connection, and what is your sheet name? In which sheet your data is existing? Sheet 1. If you want to see the data preview, yes, this is your source data, right. So whenever you are going to load this Excel sheet data into your SQL server table, before we are going to load this data, you have to convert the data types, because so whatever the string data is coming from the Excel sheet, that is a Unicode data. Unicode means n varchar data. Got it? That is n varchar data. What do you mean by n varchar?
That's a Unicode data.
Yes. So for example, if your database employee first name column is a nvarchar data type, then you no need to change anything. You no need to convert data type, because the data is coming from the Excel sheet is always that is a Unicode data. Unicode data means nvarchar data. Got it? So if it is a varchar data type, If your target table data type is a varchar data type, then definitely you have to convert this n-varchar data into varchar data. Okay, right. My target table is a varchar data, so I have to convert definitely into varchar data. So for the data conversion, you have to use some transformations. Inside you have a lot of transformations are there. So for data conversion, we have data conversion transformation. Okay, I'm going to link up this one. So this link pass the values from this task to this task, the column names and data. Just double click here. What columns you are going to change here? Any of the column having a Unicode data type, you have to change. So I will check. This is Unicode, not. Where you are checking here in the data type. This is a double precision float. You don't need to change. So first name, yes, it is a Unicode. So you have to change this Unicode to string dt underscore str. Okay, string dt underscore str. And whatever the last name, this is also Unicode. You have to change to string dt underscore str. Salary, now. Date of birth, no need to change. Okay, you just click OK. Yes, your data conversion is over. Okay, so in my target table, how it is, employee number is there and employee name is there, and salary column, date of birth. There is no first name and last name columns, because so in my employee table, the employee name is a combination of first name and last name. The name how I am going to insert is, you have to combine these two columns data. Okay, give a second. So if you want to see the data, how the data is flowing in this way, if you want to see the data, you can add data viewers. Okay, right. You see here, so for example, I'm going to create one table in SQL Server. Okay, so I'm going to create one table in BA demo. Create table, employee information, employee number integer, employee name varchar 1000, salary integer, and date of birth, date, time. Created. So my table structure looks like, select star from emp information. Okay, these are the four columns. So I want to load this data into that table. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to take in the OLEDB destinations, in the data flow destinations, I'm going to take OLEDB destination. Okay, I'm going to connect this one. Just double click on this and create a new database connection. So already you have this connection, BA demo. Click OK. And in which table you are going to load? In that database you have a lot of tables. So my table is emp info. Preview, there is no data. Close and go to the mappings. Go to the mappings. So in these mappings, employee number column you are loading into employee number, salary column you are going to salary, so date of birth you are going to load into date of birth. So where is the employee name? You have converted the first name, last name, those are the from n-varchar data type, Unicode data types to non-Unicode. But this employee name is the combination of copy of the first name plus copy of the last name. So you have to combine these two, and you have to create a new column by combining these two columns, right? So how you can combine those two columns and how you can create a new column, we can do by using derived column transformation. By using derived column transformation. Okay, right, you just drag, double click on this. Okay, right, so derived column, so you want to create as a new column. So you have a employee number, first name, last name, salary, date of birth, and already you have converted this first name, last name, those two, copy of the first name, copy of the last name. That means converted columns. And if you want to create a new column, that is employee name column, as a combination of this first name and last name, or you want to replace any of the columns, I want to create a new column. That is the column name I am going to give employee name. So here you have to write down the expression. What is that expression? That expression I am going to combine these two, plus space plus. So this way you have to write down the expression. Copy of the first name, copy of the last name. Okay. So this is the concatenation of two columns. Okay. Click OK. Now I am going to load this data. Double click here. Go to mappings. So in the employee name column, there is one column we have derived, that is employee name, employee name. Click OK. See, the columns employee name and employee name cannot convert it between Unicode and non-Unicode string data types. What happened? So here, this whenever you are concatenating these two columns, that is converted into Unicode data type. But your target table data type is, the employee name column data type is varchar. If you are making this is n-varchar, then it will load. How you can do that? You can drop the table and you can create once again also. Drop table and you can make it n-varchar. So now we can, right, it is loading, right? Here. So before you are going to load this data into this OLEDB destination, what exactly the data is loading? If you want to see, you just click on this link. Okay, in this link you can click and go to data viewers, and you just click on add. Okay, how you are going to see the data in a grid format, I am going to see. Click OK, click OK. So this symbol is coming. Okay, so before this is going to load the data into this target table OLEDB destination, it will show the data to you. With your permission, then only it will load. Okay, right. Now I am going to execute this data flow task. See, you have concatenated this first name and last name here, that is employee name. Right? So this is the data we are going to load. So what columns we are going to load here? Employee number, salary, date of birth, and employee name column. So if you are clicking here, it will load the data. If you want to copy the data, you can copy also. Okay, right. So it is loading 7 rows. 7 rows are coming from Excel sheet, and after data conversion 7 rows are delivered. After derived column 7 rows are delivered, and this OLED destination loads 7 rows. We'll check whether it is loading the 7 rows or not. Yes, the 7 rows are coming to here. Got it? So
I have a doubt.
yeah, tell me.
Actually, in the Excel sheet, the data types for the employee number has been chosen correctly. Okay.
Yes,
But when we at the finally we got it in the data in the SQL, there we got it. We took it as an int.
integer.
There is no need. There is no need to convert the float into integer.
No need to convert. Only string values you have to convert.
Okay.
Okay. Only character data types only you have to convert. Remaining all you no need to convert anything. Okay, right. So in this task we are focusing on main data conversion, okay, and derived column. How you are going to derive a new column? By using the existing columns. You can write down the expressions here, right?
You can
If you want to generate a date also, if you want to generate a new date, like today date, how you can generate? You can go to here function. There are different functions. In the date functions, you can just drag it, get date, click OK, right? So if you are executing this one, see, no, the get date is not coming. We'll check here. It has to come. I'm going to delete this one. I want to create once again data viewer, or else in place of this mappings, in place of loading this date of birth to date of birth, I want to load today date only. Okay, right. So before loading the data, once again I want to truncate the data. Truncate table emp info. You can truncate this table data by using execute SQL task also. Right now I don't have any data. If I'm executing this one, the today date will insert into the date of birth. See, this is the today date, because we have created one derived column today date, and that will give today date, get date. So that we are loading into this date of birth. You have to map which column you are going to load into the which column. That mappings you have to make. Based on that, that data will insert. Okay, right. For example, before you are going to load data into this OLEDB destination, if you want to sort the data, if you want to sorting the data, how you can do? By using sort transformation. Okay, you have to disconnect this one and you can put it here. Just open this sort transformation, and which column you are going to be do this sorting? An employee number. What kind of sorting you are going to do? Whether it is ascending or whether it is a descending. Ascending I'm going to do here, and you have to pass all this. If you're not selecting this all these things, these columns are not going forward, it's not going down. So you have to select all the list, whatever the columns you are selecting, you are going to load into the table, so that columns only you can select. So basically this first name and last name I am not loading, and this copy of the first name and last name also I am not loading. I am loading only employee name, today date, salary, employee number. That's enough. If you want to remove the duplicate values, you can check here. For example, if the employee number is more than one time, so if you are checking this button, remove rows with duplicate sort values, it will remove the duplicate values. So now I am going to connect here. Open. So these are the columns you are not getting down, because you are not checking here. In the sort transformation, you have unchecked the columns, because these columns we are not loading into your table. So now I am going to delete these columns. apply, click. Now open. Again you can do mappings. So employee number, if the column names are similar, then automatically it will do this mapping. The salary, and the employee name. So that today date is different with the date of birth, so that you have to do the mapping. You just drag and drop here, or you can do here also, today date with date of birth. Click OK. Now I am going to execute this. See, 7 rows are transferred. You can check here. Already you have 7 rows already you have inserted 7 rows, and again it is inserted 7 more rows. Okay, right. So the next one, so that information is coming from this sort transformation are 7 rows. Got it? Right. So that 7 rows I want to load into 3 different tables. Okay, see, I have this employee info table, and I want to create one more table, employee info one table, and I want to create an employee info second table. Right, total how many tables I have? Is 2. So total I have 3 tables. I want to truncate this table. So total I have 3 tables, same structure tables. Okay, if I want to load the same data, whatever the data is coming from this Excel, that data I am going to load into these 3 tables. Same data I want to load into 3 different tables. How you can do? So the same copy of the data, if you want to load into the different tables, you have to take multicast transformation. So what this multicast transformation is doing, so whatever the data is coming from the source, it will copy that data, and it will give into multiple paths, right? So one OLEDB to one OLEDB I'm going to take here. Okay, so this I'm going to connect here in this table, that is EMP info table I'm going to take here. In the mappings, today date I'm going to making date of birth, and one more I'm going to take here. So again you can connect here. What table I'm going to take? EMP info one table. Under the mappings, this one, and one more OLEDB I'm going to take. So again I'm going to again I'm going to pass the values to this OLEDB source. This is EMP info 2. Click OK. Got it? So this multicast will replicate the same data into different locations. It will give a multiple copies of data. So you can transfer the same data into multiple times. So this link will give the same data, second link will give the same data, third link will give the same data. If I am executing this one, what happened? Those 3 tables will load the information. Right? This table, and this table. 3 tables loading the same data. If you don't have the multicast transformation, if you don't have this multicast transformation, so you can't load into 3 multiple destinations, because this sort transformation only giving one link. More than one link it is not possible. See, if I'm going to take this one, there is no link here. So if you want to give to multiple data destinations the same data, you have to use multicast transformation. Got it? Any confusion here? about this data conversion, derived column and sort transformation and multicast.
The derived column. Once you can open the derived column.
Derived column. So basically in this derived column, if you want to create a new column, based on by writing some expressions are like that. Or see here, if you want to add as a new column, for example, there are 5 columns is coming from your source. See, employee number, first name, last name, salary, date of birth is coming from your source Excel sheet. After that you have converted data types, copy of the first name and copy of the last name. If you want to add one more column, that means combination of, like for example, if you see in the SQL server, so in this you have employee number, employee name, salary, date of birth. So if you want to create a new column, that is get date. This is today date you are going to give. So you have only the employee number, employee name, salary, date of birth. So you are writing one expression, that is get date function. What happened? One more column is added. The same way here also I am doing. Today, with the name of the today date, I have write down one get date function. It is adding as a new column. So instead of adding as a new column, so that you are going to replace with the date of birth. So whatever the data is existing in your date of birth is replaced with the this expression value. Then there is no date of birth. Got it? So in the place of this date of birth, you are going to show only this get date only. So by using this derived column, you are going to derive a new column. By using the original columns, you can write down some expressions and you can derive a new column.
And can I know what is the expression what you wrote over here in the first one? Copy first name. What is the
Yeah,
space?
the first name, concatenation of plus, and I'm going to give some space in between, right? So in SQL server also, if you want to write down anything, for example, this is in single quotes you are putting here, right? RAM. And if you want to
String.
combine this one, and in single quotes you have to put like this way, right? Plus com. See, this is the, in this way you are concatenating anything by using plus symbols. But here we are putting in double quotes. These are the column names. You no need to put double inside the double quotes. If it is a static value, right? If I'm going to put here in the static value, that is always Boya party. Click OK. Right? I'm going to delete all these things. Sorry, no. Delete this one. And employee number is the sorting. Here I'm going to put one data viewer. This is the one of the debugging method. Now I'm going to execute without loading any data into target. I want to see the result. See, Ram Boyapati, 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 Boyapati. Got it? Because in the derived column, you have made, instead of the last name, you are putting static value Boyapati. So that's why you are putting inside the double quotes.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
So in this way you can use derived column. So in the tomorrow session, we will discuss some more transformations. Okay?
Yeah. Ram, you have taken the multicasting over here after sorting.
Yes. Yes.
That the data in the three different tables.
Yes, you don't need to configure anything. So it is just transferring whatever the data is coming from here into multiple copies, into multiple locations.
Yeah. If we want to get the some data into one table, some data into one table, we can do like that also.
That we can do by using another transformation, that is conditional split transformation.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay, that we have another transformation that we will discuss in tomorrow session. Okay, okay, okay. I'm going to close the session. Thank you. Thanks for the joining.